Segment tonight, just before Christmas, an atheist group purchased a giant sign outside the Lincoln Tunnel here in New York City that said belief in Jesus as God is, quote, a myth. Then just last weekend, another sign appeared, this one in Huntsville, Alabama. The message says this about religion: you know they're all scams, picturing Christian, Jewish, and Islamic symbols on the sign. So what's going on? With us now, David Silverman, president of the American Atheist Group, which is responsible for both billboards. So why the insults?
Well, they're not insults. They're truths.
Wait. We just heard Nancy Pelosi said that it's pay as you go. So let's try to get into the truth.
This isn't about pay as you go. This is about telling the truth. Now, if people get offended because we're saying what we believe,
no.
That's not us insulting.
Let's just be regular guys instead of I'm a Catholic, you're atheist. We're just regular guys.
So one point I want to make here is from the very start, David is trying to raise his voice and speak over Bill when, to my surprise, Bill O'Reilly is actually trying to be polite towards him. Sadly, though, that's not going to last much longer.
Scam means it's deliberately misleading people.
And that's not an insult?
It's not an insult to the people. The people are just following.
It's not an insult to the people?
It's a statement to the people who are following the religion. And really, it's attacking the people who are in the pews. Wait a second.
Wait. Now, I'm stick with the insult, because this is certainly an insult in my opinion. And I know I'm not the smartest guy in town. But, okay, so religion is a scam, but it's not the people's fault. They've just been lured in.
That's right.
Whose fault is it?
It's the leaders of the religion.
The leaders.
Of course.
All right.
I mean, this is not brain surgery.
The Pope.
The Pope, absolutely.
Right.
Look, this is not brain surgery, and this is not world news. Everybody knows religion is a scam. The only news here is
everybody knows. I don't know, Mr. Silverman.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I got to tell you.
You sit here and you're skeptical every day, and then you go to church and you get on your knees and you pray to an invisible man in the sky.
Invisible.
Really, that clip probably just speaks for itself. Gonna have to disagree with David Silverman here and shuddering there. I actually agree with Bill O'Reilly. It is an insult to say religion is a scam. It's an insult to the people of that faith. If they believe that, if that's their faith, to say it's a scam, that's insulting to those people. Now, David Silverman's standpoint is most of them are probably atheists. David Silverman is stupid, in my personal opinion. And yes, I'm trying to insult him. To say a religion is a scam to the people of that religion is insulting them in many ways. So I'm agreeing with Bill O'Reilly here when he says it is an insult. I think David Silverman is just kind of making himself look stupid on national television. I actually think Bill might be sick. He seems kind of quiet, more quiet than he usually does.
Even a God, I'd have to be stupid.
Well, we want you to think about that, and our position is that the churches are filled with atheists. Our position is that the churches are filled with people who know it's a myth, who know it's a scam.
Why do they go to church?
We don't know.
Well, you don't know. You don't know why it is.
Bill, the whole point is that there's a lot of familial and social pressure keeping people in the church. But that's a good question.
What good does it do?
They're writing checks and they know it's a scam. They're on their knees and they know it's a scam.
Look. If you think that people go in to church and they know that this is a scam and they write money to it,
David has made a fool of himself on television. All he had to simply say to this question was, people are simply scared to come out. They're scared they're not going to be trusted anymore. They're scared they're going to be pushed away from their families, and they're scared of just losing everything, because it's hard to go from Christianity or your religion to atheism. First, you have to come out to your family, or you don't even have to come out. Sometimes you just do it. The thing is, though, you still have to inform somebody at some point in time, because keeping it secret is not good. And when this happens, it gets around and things can happen. When I first became an atheist, I was made fun of. I was told I was going to burn in hell. Some of my best friends stopped talking to me. That is the reason a lot of atheists don't come out, and they still go to church, and they still pray to God every Sunday, and they still give the money just because they don't want to be left behind.
I'll tell you why it's not a scam, in my opinion. All right? Tide goes in, tide goes out. Never a miscommunication. You can't explain that. You can explain why the tide goes in?
Tide goes in, tide goes out.
See, the water, the tide comes in and it goes out, Mr. Silverman.
Maybe
it always
it's
comes
Thor
in,
on top of Mount Olympus who's making the tides go in and out.
No, but you can't explain
a scam and a myth are the same. The myth and religion are the same thing. It doesn't matter if I can explain it.
It doesn't?
That doesn't mean that an invisible magic man in the sky is doing it.
And you're free to believe that. But when you insult...
Jesus Christ. These two here arguing, bickering on national television have to be two of the dumbest fucks I've ever listened to. Everybody who listened to their debate, their little argument here, is now slightly dumber, and God bless their souls. Bill O'Reilly just stated that we don't know why the tide goes in and the tide goes out. Bill, did you take 6th grade earth fucking science? I'm going to assume you didn't. Let me give you an example. I hope you know that the moon causes the tide to rise and to go down. Alright, say I give you a bowl, Tupperware filled to the rim of water. If I slosh it to the right, it's going to go up. And then it's going to fall over the rim, and whatever water didn't make it over the rim will slosh back down into this Tupperware. It's then going to move in all directions, and the direction with the most force is going to go up, and it's going to come back down. That's gravity. It can bring you up, and it can bring you down. So, why don't you picture this happening with the ocean? Because God is not in the fucking sky, gripping the ocean every night, pulling that bitch all the way back to the other side of the world, and then flinging that shit right back at your damn face. The rest of this interview is so fucking pointless and so fucking stupid that I'm not even going to bother to comment on it. If you want to watch the full interview, you can go to the Atheist Media blog and watch it on his channel. I'm sure you'll, rage as hard as I did. I have another video to edit, though, that I'll be uploading today. So, stay tuned.